Hello, my name is Leonardo Reina. I'm the creator of Polyphonic Creation number one. It is a. I'll tell you a bit about me. I'm a teacher. I teach in an inclusive music school. That's one, and the other one is I teach at the Faculty of Music of my city, um, University of my state university, I guess. So I'm here in Mexico. And I also teach in a program that's an inclusive program. Doesn't mean that it's for people with disabilities, but most of my students have at least one disability, whether it's physical or it's developmental. Developmental means that it's like autism, Down syndrome, etc., etc. So I teach a lot of people like that. So we try to make our classes as light as possible, like really understandable. We use different things or different methods for everyone. Uh, we try and make every single student have their own goals and their own ways of participating. So some of my students they don't really know how to talk, so they participate by singing some things, and some others that don't really know how to read. Um, those have a different way of approaching this. So I have to invent a lot of ways of learning the same thing, right? Or making a way of a way for everyone to learn properly. Like not to know how to adequate everything. But of course, every one of my students have their own goals. So that's the way I try to teach music and theory and solfege, like sight reading and all that. Singing. So polyphonic creation is the first course that I finished. I have a lot of courses on on the way. But polyphonic creation one is the first one. I already have uh, given this course to some students and some peers twice in an online way. So what I do is I make a Zoom call, and we see the exact same thing that I record for my videos. Like I record a video of my PowerPoint presentation and I explain it, and it has animations and it has sound and it has a lot of visuals of how we create polyphony. So in the online class we see the same thing, but at the same time everyone gets to participate and create their own little polyphony. And at the end we create uh, like everyone makes a little apportation, like um little creation, and we make something that sounds really nice at the end. I try to play it. Sometimes I can, sometimes it's a bit harder, but yeah, that's how it goes. So we see everything. I teach you, I answer the questions if you have any, and then we write polyphony with ideas that I present to you on every module. Every module has like three main ideas, and it's really good. It's really organic. We start from just two simple steps, like do this and do this, and then it just goes like skyrocketing or like an avalanche of ideas for melodic development. So that's a way that that's the way that the course is given. And at the end of the course, you're gonna be able to write something like this. And we use some colors. We use colors and notes and just that. We don't use like quarter notes, egg notes, and nothing like that. We don't really use them in class, but of course you can also write it that way if you feel like it. I also tell you how you can do it. So this is something. This is a project that you're gonna be able to do at the end of the course. use major scales these on this course, but of course this the movements and the ideas here, they can be translated to any kind of scale. There's actually a second part for this course that I'm trying to finish, which deals with that, with other types of scales, combining movements and other, more crazy ideas. But this one is like all the bases that you need for harmony and all that. And this is the other way that you can write it. This is the other way that you can write and present your project, which is, like a regular sheet of music, with 16 notes, 8 notes, quarter notes, all that jazz. So that's the way that we do this thing. That's the class project. And you can write your exercises and your project in like a regular form afterwards, after you do it like with colors and all that. If you want to do it in color, you don't need to do it. But it's not necessary for everyone. You can use your color note heads, you can use your quarter notes, whatever you like when applying these ideas. And they can be useful for anyone who wants to tackle like a harmony or counterpoint book, like Ken and Ken's Counterpoint, which I think is one of the really good ones. It's very well laid out, but it's still quite heavy to read. Like every harmony and counterpoint book that I have seen used in like my faculty or in other faculties is like just too much. So and maybe and even if you try and tackle them, you probably have a hard time understanding some of the nuances of voice leading. So instead of memorizing a lot of rules in one sitting, like some of the counterpoint courses want you to do, like learn all the use this and this and this, and then they don't really tell you like what sounds better, how to approach certain things. So if you do this course, it's gonna help you, understand voice leading, counterpoint, and all that a little bit better. I hope. Well, I know that it does, because as I tell you, this course I have already done twice, and I have seen how people react, or I guess respond to it, and it's been like quite a positive response. And also I have used it with some of my students that have Down syndrome and autism, and they have been able to improvise the easier exercises and examples of this course. That tells me a lot of things. Like it's working. It's a really good way of doing it. So that's it. That's what you're gonna learn, and that's what I want. I want to help you understanding polyphony a bit better. And it's a really organic course. Go from 2 steps to quite a lot of things at the end of the course. You're gonna be able to write a lot of really cool shit. Sorry for the language. So yeah, the idea of how it works, as I wrote in the post, is that there's a Facebook group and there's a guide there. You can see the PDFs, you can see the videos, and you can answer some quizzes. Like some questions. There's some questions there, and you can answer them if you want. And of course, you can post your comments or your questions about something there, and I will try to answer everything. And of course, you can discuss some ideas on the comments also. So that's cool. So if you want to help some other people, you can do it. And so that's where the materials are. The PDFs, the videos, and we're gonna be taking like a class Um, if anyone is interested, you just comment there. I'm gonna be. We can do it like one class per week, maybe on the weekend or something, or we can do like maybe two classes per week on like Monday and Thursday, for example, something like that. Um, and you join me on a Zoom call, and of course you can also rewatch the videos or watch the other explanations on the Facebook group. So that's one of the ways that you can do it. We can do it. The cost of the whole class or the whole thing is gonna be for the first 10 people $7, and afterwards it's gonna be 9. It's not really that expensive. I think I would like to think. Um, of course, if you are a student or something, and you can be like, hey, I'm studying here and maybe I don't have that much money. Can I give you I don't know, like $5 or $2 or something? I really want. If you really want, well, maybe I can make an exception. I really want just to be able to share this with more people. Um, Also, it's not that much of a like a monetary how do you say it, like a monetary need, but since I'm making this to be able to share it in Skillshare and Udemy and all those other platforms, I need to also record myself and all that stuff. So that's a bit more time and money, and it's a bit more work. Want to be able to I want to make some money off of this on like those platforms. Well, maybe I need a little bit of help. So I'm also thinking of making a Patreon. So if some of you will be interested in like supporting me, uh, I also want to be able to share a lot of free classes on YouTube and free ideas of a little bit more a little bit lighter content. Um, if you want to help me, that would be amazing. But of course, I first need to finish with the courses that I want to be able to sell or to be able to gain a little bit of money from them. A musician's gotta eat, and I have a job at a faculty and at another school. I have two jobs, and they don't pay us that well, you know. So yeah, I want to be able to share this with you all, and so yeah, if you help me, if you want to learn something and you help me with this, I'll keep always posting more stuff and helping more people. I want to reach as much people as I can, because I know that it can be quite hard to find some nice sources for some of the advanced theory classes. So thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you can start the discussion there, Reddit, and if you're interested, just send me a message or make a comment. I hope you like this course if you're interested. So thank you very much. I'll see you around.